Welcome back to the Deep in Sports Thought podcast. I'm your host, Chase Caridi, and today I'm going to give you my predictions for week 4 of the NFL season. So without further ado, let's go on to the predictions. Alright, so past Thursday Night Football's game, which I did predict correctly, as many people did, the Detroit Lions defeating the Green Bay Packers, we're going to move on to our first matchup to make in this episode. That, of course, being the London game between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Interesting fact about this matchup is that it is going to be not only streamed on ESPN, ESPN Plus, it's also going to be on Disney Plus in this weird hybrid game mixed with cartoon in this Toy Story Fun Day football. And that idea kind of oddly brings back a memory. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of something.
Big massive success of the Big City Greens show, we made the Big City Green NHL Classic, and the fans loved it.
I was just thinking maybe something more like a sports league onto there, or maybe like getting some more primetime games, not well, whatever the hell that kind of idea.
What? Come on, man. How much easier to throw on something like the Big City Greens NHL Classic?
It's fine. I probably don't have to worry with a situation like that ever again.
Not so fast, buddy.
What?
If you're talking about one of these Disney Plus games again, then I am in. I am here to tell you exactly what's going to happen in this game.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I guess we have you talk about it then, since it's your game, Mr. Mouse. Have a go. Let me know what you think is going to happen in this matchup between the Falcons and the Jaguars.
I will have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning that because I believe that they just have more success offensively and defensively. So we're going to go with the Atlanta Falcons losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it's going to be to a great score of 20-17.
All right, this next matchup here we have is the Miami Dolphins going to play the Buffalo Bills. And before you say anything, this is a game of my team, and it's a division matchup, so I'm going to have my say of it.
Well, you're not going to take me out of this one either, This is a matchup with one of my teams. Disney World, Miami, Florida. Come on, this is mine,
No. That's a terrible reason. First of all, Orlando is where Disney World is. Get to know your own company, Mr. Mouse. The Miami Dolphins have been elite to start off the season, dropping 70 points against the Broncos, going up strong against a Bill Belichick defense in their Patriots game, and of course defeating the Chargers to start off this season. And that's all well and good. Tua Tagovailoa has had the stats of a Dan Marino MVP-like season. The coaching of Mike McDaniel has been great. And on top of that, the defense, even without Jalen Ramsey, who was supposed to be this big piece that you added, still has been very strong. Those teams that they defeated, while it was at a massive scale, were those below average to bad team. They've not faced a team like the Buffalo Bills. 4 picks on Commanders starting quarterback Sam Howell last week, with Terrell Bernard having the game of his life. All of these pieces on this Buffalo defense just grow and add to each other, and it is going to be a kind of defense that the Miami offense hasn't met yet. I don't think that it's going to be a running for Miami win for Buffalo, but there's just no doubt in my mind. Okay, maybe it's because I'm a Buffalo fan, but the Buffalo Bills at least are going to have a good game with this one, and I have them taking it. I've got the Buffalo Bills winning at a score of 20. No, nay, 38 to 31. Now, our next matchup here is circled on many people's calendars. It is, of course, the fantastic game of the 0-3 Denver Broncos versus the 0-3 Chicago Bears. Now, both of these teams coming off of a loss, but for the Denver Broncos at least, boy, was it embarrassing. I mean, a 70-20 loss to the Miami Dolphins, who have shown they've been a great team, but 70-20, a 50-point loss. I don't really have anything else to say. I don't know if you'll have anything else to say, but I think I just gotta go with the Chicago Bears. Chicago all the way. Chi-Town? Oh yeah, score. Shit. 17-7.
Now hold on there, buddy. Are you forgetting that the Chicago Bears lost to a 41-10 loss? I mean, come on. That Taylor Swift was there. How could you forget about such a momentous occasion? Huh?
Huh, you're right. How could I forget about that? And that also embarrassing loss. But you know what? At least, people cared more about Taylor Swift than them actually losing by 30 points. So, still going to go with Chicago. All right, Mr. Mouse. I kind of took the reins for the last couple of ones. Do you have anything to say to begin this matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns?
Sorry, Mr. Deep in Sports Talk guy. I would love to, but I think for this particular matchup, the Cleveland Browns maybe not want to be something that us at Disney, the world of happiness and enlightenment, don't really want to affiliate with or talk about. Thank you. Uh-huh.
You know what? That is probably smart for you and your whole demographic. That makes sense. Anyway, the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. It's funny that you actually bring up that specific point because quarterback Deshaun Watson for the Cleveland Browns is looking to be a game time decision or at least questionable to start this game. So, for those reasons, and just because I think Baltimore's a better team, I think Baltimore will take this one. Cleveland really doesn't shock me. Defeating Tennessee by this large margin, 27-3, is cool and fun, but I mean, come on. It's the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens on this one to a score of 24-10.
Let me take the reins on this one. Haha. This is what we call one of those easy predictions. That is the guarantee. The Tennessee Titans and the Cincinnati Bengals. I know that only one of them is a really good team, and that is Cincinnati all the way. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to win this one. Haha.
Yes, you are right in that assumption. So, yeah, that's good thought process.
Mr. Deep in Sports, I think that was there was a little bit of a slip of your fingers on the doing the cursor and the pressing the buttons. I think you meant to choose Cincinnati because I said that was the guarantee, not Tennessee. Unless you misheard me, but I don't think you did. Why did you choose Why did you choose Tennessee?
Oh, you expected me to actually choose them, even though they should be the obvious pick. No, 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 no. You misunderstand me here. The Cincinnati Bengals. Sure, you're fine and dandy. Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Well, listen. Look at their fantasy scores, man. Like, I can't possibly choose this team. And hopefully they change my mind. I'll definitely be still starting their players because God, they have to start clicking at some point, but I'm not going to pick them until I see some actual results. It's Tennessee. I know I just said they're terrible, but that's I can't make myself choose the Cincinnati Bengals again for them to fail me again. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans on this one. 30 to 24 Tennessee. Why the hell not? Alright, this next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Rams going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Now, the Colts are a very interesting team, getting an upset win over the Baltimore Ravens last week, and the Los Angeles Rams losing in a matchup that many people thought they could win in a Super Bowl rematch from just a couple years ago against the Cincinnati Bengals, and unfortunately, they just really never got an offense going. Nothing really else got picked up for this Rams offense, defense, and I'm not going to think that they go into Indianapolis and play this kind of heating up Indianapolis team with Anthony Richardson behind the helm playing at a quarterback level that we didn't expect coming out of college when he played in college. Just it astounds me the point that he's gotten to already. And obviously, there's still going to be flukes, and he's not going to play perfect games. And maybe this is a matchup that people can really see that happening. But I just still can't put my faith in the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, I've got Indy winning this one 27 to 21. All right, so we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here going to play the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the away team, got embarrassed by the Philadelphia Eagles in prime time. But some good things you could still say about this team, and I think that they can still have a good shot at this division. The New Orleans Saints have not looked perfect by all means with their loss against the Green Bay Packers. I'm not going to put my faith in this New Orleans Saints team. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this one. And any reasoning from you?
Well, of course I'm gonna have a bias for this one. This is Tampa, the home of Disney World, my Disney World. I gotta go with Tampa on this one. Haha.
Again, not in Tampa. Whatever. The Tampa Bay Bucks winning this one to a score of 25 to 18. Why not? All right, next matchup, the Washington Commanders go to Philadelphia to play the undefeated Eagles. And I mean, these percentages kind of say it all. 97 to 3. The Philadelphia Eagles, of course, representing the NFC in the Super Bowl last year, have looked great to start off this season. It just came off of a dominant win against Tampa, we just spoke about, and their other wins also showing some fluctuating of the offense and defense. How strong are they really? But I don't think that's going to be in question when they're playing the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders, who took a massive pill or reality check with their most recent loss against the Buffalo Bills. Of course, Sam Howell throwing 4 interceptions, more turnovers on top of that, and you could say the bright spots of Brian Robinson running game and the defense, not completely collapsing to start off the game against Buffalo, but Philadelphia is as much as an engine as the Bills and other top teams in the NFL, so I think that's safe to say the Philadelphia Eagles winning this one to a score of 30 to 14. 30 to 14. Sorry, commies. Alright, this next matchup here is the Minnesota Vikings going to Carolina to play the Panthers. Both teams undefeated, both teams with a lot to prove. Still contract negotiations going on between the Minnesota Vikings and Justin Jefferson. I mean, starting off 0-4 would be really unfortunate for both of those talks, and also keeping around players like a Kirk Cousins before the trade deadline with people's rumors with stuff like that. And listen, maybe I'm adding fuel to the fire, but I think I'm going to go with Carolina on this one. Carolina Panthers, they showed some impressiveness with Andy Dalton behind quarterback, just a little bit in a close game against Seattle last week. But Adam Thielen, big game playing against his former team in the Vikings, and DJ Chark, Terrace Marshall, all of these offensive pieces to go along with the returning first overall pick from this most recent draft, Bryce Young.
Young, like the young kids watching all of the Mickey Mouse and Disney. You know,
Yeah, that's also a reason to root for them from your department, I guess. I'm going to go with the belief that Bryce Young is going to help lead this offense to stronger things. I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers on this one, 31 to 21. Yeah, 31 to 21. All right, here we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Houston Texans. Pittsburgh Steelers coming off of good win against the Las Vegas Raiders. That's cool and all. And the Houston Texans coming off their first win of the season over division rival Jacksonville Jaguars. And I mean, I know what I'd go with, but please, as the guest, Mr. Mouse, how do you believe this will go down?
Oh, come on. I know how this stuff kind of goes, and we're going with the Houston Texans. Haha, yeah, the Houston Texans. They've got C.J. Stroud, rookie quarterback. He's doing great, and Nico Collins, a little bit downfall, but he'll get back up there. Still play good, and Robert Woods, great veteran, and the defense, playing fine. Did you see that fullback touchdown return? Come on, it's got to be the Houston Texans. Haha.
Mr. Mouse, you're damn right they are. The Houston Texans. Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah, I got them winning it like, I don't know, 28 to 17.
Yeah, that seems like a good score for the game. Uh-huh.
Alright, cool. Alright, our next matchup here, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders going to SoFi Stadium to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Early in the season, these two divisional matchup can see who can potentially come up on top in that division for potential wild card, or hell, if the Chiefs just completely fall off the face of the earth, who knows? Maybe these two can win the division. Even still, back to reality, I think it's easy for the Los Angeles Chargers to win this one. I mean, the Vegas Raiders, tough loss last week, and the Chargers finally getting a win. So I think LA rides the momentum. Of course, as I've said time and time again, they're just consistency, cannot find anything for the life of it. But I think it's definitely going to keep going with a poor team like the Las Vegas Raiders losing Chandler Jones, Jimmy Garoppolo dealing with concussion protocol after last game. I think that this team is just not in the right spot and that the Chargers are going to capitalize. LA 24 to 16.
Oh, I'm ready for this next matchup. The Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots. I love me some of this kind of football. America's teams, haha.
Yeah, of course you would love the evil empires.
What did you just say? Haha.
What? No, I was talking about something else. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this one. The Dallas Cowboys have showed some really good things early in the season. Of course, that unfortunate, really embarrassing loss to the Arizona Cardinals in the most recent game. But despite that, the Dallas Cowboys in their first 2 weeks showed a great defense, a great offense. I know losing Trayvon Diggs for the season is incredibly brutal, but I'm going to go with America's team on this one. Cowboys 30, New England 17. 30 to 17, Dallas Cowboys. Okay, I kind of made a mistake last week saying there's no debate to be made. The Dallas Cowboys are easily going to beat the Arizona Cardinals, but the San Francisco 49ers are a team I actually believe in. So I'm going to once again say easily, no doubt that the Arizona Cardinals lose. San Francisco 38-20. Okay, again, wow, these final games of the week are not going to be enjoyable at all. Fun football, folks. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to MetLife Stadium to play in a game that people care more about Taylor Swift than the actual team that the Chiefs are playing. And that pretty much is all that had to be said with this one. I mean, God, can the storyline finally be over? The Kansas City Chiefs are winning this one. I don't know. How embarrassing should I make the score prediction? 44-17. 44-17. Kansas City. Boy, it does not get any more fun for New York at the end of the week, does it? The Seattle Seahawks go to play the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. The Seattle Seahawks bouncing back with a win last week against the Carolina Panthers, adding Jamal Adams to the defense, who was a great player that they traded for a good amount of seasons back from a different New York team, and I think I'll just add on to the way the defense has been playing already. Giving up a lot of points to the Carolina isn't great last week, but I think that definitely goes down when you're playing a team, first of all, with an offense like the Giants and with a great addition in defense with Jamal Adams. I'm going with Seattle on this one, and I'll go with Seattle at a score of 31-28. Why the hell not? All right, that's going to do it for week 4 of the NFL predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed a little twist I added to it. You can find me here. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Deep in Sports Thought everywhere. Like, comment, subscribe, and that's about all I really got to say. So, I'm Chase Caridi, and this has been the Deep in Sports Thought Podcast.